Can Hbar's enterprise push finally pay off before December 2026? And what's next? We'll answer those questions and cover the latest Hbar news in today's video. Welcome back to the Crypto Intel channel. If you enjoy staying up to date with everything around Hbar, please give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll never miss updates, price predictions, and market analysis. So let's dive in. While most retail investors continue watching Hbar's price chart, the real story may be unfolding far away from exchanges. According to one analyst, Hedera's biggest opportunity before December 2026 could come from enterprise supply chains rather than speculation. Here's what he meant. Top 3 factors that could boost Hbar. Real enterprise usage through Merck integration. The Merck TrackTrace integration puts Hedera into a real-world supply chain workflow rather than a speculative blockchain use case. At first glance, the announcement may appear like another corporate partnership, but the bigger question is whether this integration can create repeatable, real-world network activity on Hedera. Since every product verification, authentication check, and digital record created through the system has the potential to generate network activity on Hedera. Growing demand for product authentication. Having said that, counterfeit goods remain a major challenge across industries such as pharmaceuticals, electronics, luxury goods, and food. By linking physical products to verifiable digital records, Hedera-based solutions can help businesses improve transparency, compliance, and trust across global supply chains. EU Digital Product Passport Regulations. The European Union's Digital Product Passport initiative could create long-term demand for blockchain-based tracking systems. As companies prepare to comply with new requirements around product origin, sustainability, repairability, and lifecycle data, Hedera could benefit if its infrastructure becomes part of these compliance workflows, driving recurring network usage through audits, credentials, and verification checks. The metric to watch. For analysts, the main question is not whether a single announcement will move Hbar's price. Instead, it's whether these pilot programs turn into large-scale deployments. The long-term case for Hedera depends on whether businesses begin using the network as part of everyday operations. If that happens, Hbar's future could be driven less by market speculation and more by steady enterprise activity that continues regardless of market cycles. At the time of writing, Hbar was trading at $0.0772, down 2.54% over the past 24 hours. The token has largely moved in line with the broader crypto market sell-off, as investors continue to adopt a risk-off approach amid macroeconomic uncertainty. Hbar also maintains a strong correlation of 0.88 with the S&P 500, suggesting that recent price movements have been driven more by broader market sentiment than Hedera-specific developments. While most traders remain glued to short-term price action, bigger players are paying attention to something completely different: infrastructure growth, enterprise adoption, and real-world utility. And historically, these are exactly the kinds of periods that often lay the foundation for major moves. What's even more interesting is that Hbar still trades well below its all-time highs, despite the fact that the Hedera ecosystem is arguably stronger today than it has ever been. If crypto history has taught us anything, it's this: fundamental progress almost never gets priced in overnight. First, the technology evolves. Then, adoption grows. Then, institutions begin paying attention. And only after that does the market finally catch up. As of June 26, 2026, investors continue focusing on Hedera's biggest long-term catalysts: enterprise adoption, real-world asset tokenization, corporate partnerships, and the continued expansion of the ecosystem. At the same time, interest in infrastructure-focused altcoins has slowly been picking up as more traders begin positioning themselves for a potential new altcoin cycle, and Hbar keeps showing up on more and more analyst watch lists. But honestly, the most important story right now isn't in the headlines, it's on the chart. Over the past several weeks, Hbar has continued trading around a major long-term support zone. To many people, that simply looks like boring sideways price action. But experienced traders know something important. The biggest rallies rarely begin after massive green candles. They usually begin during long periods of consolidation, when the market feels completely dead and almost nobody is paying attention anymore. That's exactly the kind of structure Hbar appears to be building right now. Despite months of pressure, sellers still haven't managed to establish a decisive breakdown below key support. Every meaningful dip continues attracting buyers, while the overall trading range keeps tightening. And when volatility contracts like this, it often sets the stage for a powerful breakout later on. No one can predict the exact direction with certainty based on this pattern alone. But historically, these compression phases tend to produce significant moves once momentum returns. From a technical standpoint, RSI on the daily time frame remains comfortably in neutral territory. The market is nowhere near overbought conditions, which means there's still plenty of room for upside if strong buying pressure starts coming back. MACD is also continuing to stabilize after months of bearish momentum. The downside pressure has weakened significantly compared to earlier this year, and the overall structure is beginning to resemble the early stages of a potential trend reversal. When you zoom out even further, another important trend becomes obvious. Hedera continues expanding its infrastructure at a steady pace. The project keeps growing across enterprise solutions, digital identity, real-world asset tokenization, and distributed ledger technology for businesses. These are exactly the sectors that many analysts believe could become some of the largest blockchain markets over the next several years because they're built around real adoption instead of pure speculation. Developer activity also remains strong. New products continue launching. The DeFi ecosystem keeps expanding. Enterprise-focused services are growing, and that's exactly the kind of progress long-term investors usually pay attention to far more than short-term price swings. Looking ahead, the biggest technical objective for bulls remains reclaiming the 0.10 to 0.11 range. This area has become the key resistance level over the past several months. If Hbar can successfully break above it and hold that level, the technical picture could improve dramatically, while speculative capital may begin flowing back into the asset. Your plans, hopes, and expectations are for it. The best and most engaging comment will be featured in the next video. Just a reminder, friends, informational and news videos are posted on the channel every day, so you won't get bored here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you're always up to date on all the latest news. And if you liked this video, please support me with a like. Your like is my motivation. Thanks to everyone for watching, and see you next time.